A lot happens in Riverdale, folks. We're gonna have to cover what we can. Brace yourself for some broad strokes because the writing on this show is truly the most confusing game of narrative hot potato currently available on television, and I say that with love. Let's begin! Jughead Jones is a pretentious writer that tells us via voiceover about the mysterious death of teenager Jason Blossom, twin brother of Cheryl Blossom and the heir to the Blossom maple syrup fortune, whose body is discovered by Kevin and Moose. They're all classmates of Archie Andrews, a beautiful idiot who lives next door to Betty Cooper. Veronica Lodge moves to town and he's briefly torn between the two girls while also hooking up with his music teacher, Mrs. Grundy, until Archie's dad catches them and she leaves town. Then everything falls into place with Betty dating Jughead and Archie dating Veronica. Jughead reconnects with his deadbeat dad and the leader of the Southside Serpents, F.P. Jones. All four kids, plus sometimes Kevin and Josie, hang out at Pop's chocolate shop and drink milkshakes. After some painful singing by Archie and some weird trips to Cheryl's gothic mansion, it's revealed that Cheryl's dad, Cliff Blossom, murdered Jason to cover up his maple syrup drug smuggling operation. Cheryl tries to drown herself in the frozen river, but Archie punches through the ice to save her, injuring his guitar hand, thank God. Cheryl burns down her own house, and Jughead is forced to move and change schools while his dad remains in prison for helping Cliff Blossom. And Pops, a masked gunman, shoots Archie's dad, but he survives. Veronica's evil dad, Hiram Lodge, gets out of prison and returns to town. That masked gunman goes full serial killer as the Black Hood and murders sinners, including Archie's hot former teacher, Mrs. Grundy, and everybody's friend, Midge. Sometimes also calling Betty to creep her out. Betty's estranged brother, Chick, shows up but turns out to be an imposter, so she delivers him to the Black Hood for murdering. A party drug called Jingle Jangle spreads throughout town through a mysterious supplier known as the Sugar Man, who's revealed to be a Southside teacher and is murdered by the Black Hood while in police custody. Archie finds the time to join the Mafia, turn informant, and then just kind of walk away. Listen, Riverdale sweeps a lot under the rug, all right? At Southside High, Jughead joins the Southside Serpents, but Hiram buys the school's land to build a gigantic prison, and they all transfer to Riverdale High. Betty joins the Serpents, and Cheryl falls in love with the Southsider Tony and is sent to a convent for gay conversion therapy until Tony and Betty, or whoever isn't busy with the serial killer and gang war, breaks her out. All right, the gang war. Archie organizes Riverdale's jocks into an army and makes an insane viral video challenging the Black Hood, but his army is bought by Hiram. Tensions run high between the jocks and Southside Serpents until a rival gang, the Ghoulies, attack the town until Archie fights them and everybody's dad shows up with shotguns. After a riot or two, a drag race, the live burial of Archie, and some other nonsense, the Black Hood is revealed to be Betty's dad, Hal. Veronica buys Pops, Veronica's mom becomes mayor, and Archie is framed for murder. Archie goes to jail and is forced into an underground fight club. The rest of the gang gets hooked on a dangerous satanic tabletop fantasy game called Griffins and Gargoyles, definitely not D&D, which is being used by the Gargoyle King to take over the town. A flashback shows that everybody's parents also played G&G and played the theme from Nightmare on Elm Street 3 in a band together, yes, really. But someone died, and they all had to bury the secret. Veronica opens a speakeasy underneath Pops. Archie breaks out of jail and goes on the run with Jughead. Kids all over town start having intense and contagious fainting episodes. Betty has one and her mom sends her to a convent to get better, but the place is secretly a testing ground for the Gargoyle King's new drug, Fizz Rocks. Archie's dad drops him off at the border. Betty escapes and frees everyone from the weird nun prison, and they head back to Riverdale, where Hiram gets his mayor wife to declare the fainting episodes a full-on outbreak and the town is quarantined with Jughead and his dad stranded outside. Hiram is vaguely revealed to be the Gargoyle King, but I won't believe it until I see him literally step out of the costume. And that's the story of Riverdale so far. Did you get any of that? If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to ArcadeCloud. Bye-bye.